Every morning just before breakfast, with no coffee or tea. Just can't find good, but it rides up. So I ever leave, sweet drink of nobody knows. Knowing I'm feeling low. Hello. Hey, Josh. Welcome. We got 3 people already. This is going to be short. I'm not expecting to spend a whole lot of time. What I might do is I might open up my MTB for this month because that came in the post day before yesterday on Thursday. Prior to that, I finally, and the part of this live is to talk about this little thing back here. Hey, what's up, Frank? So the whole point of this is just to explain what happened, sort of why, what my original thinking was, touching back on my Christmas giveaway plans that did not exactly come to fruition the way I wanted. So you all know, I'm not a very wealthy man. Nobody is. Although fishing and golf and all these things are very expensive pastimes, growing up, I was not super rich, but I was instilled by my grandmother with a few simple ideals, one of which obviously came to the name of the little FoulmouthFishing's Pennywise John boat. But those things were like growing up, when you'd see something come up on sale, you would jump on it, because if you didn't grab it, by the time you might have chance to gain a little extra spending cash to purchase it, it might no longer be for sale, or might no longer be available. So on the subject of the Dick's Sporting Goods, hey, what's up, Sylvia? That's my wife in the chats. On the side of this Dick's Sporting Goods collaboration with MysteryTackleBox, putting out these reserve crates, these limited production run. Basically, it's a Mondo box. It's the largest variety. I'll say variety in quotes of tackle available through MTB by way of a collaboration with Dick's Sporting Goods. So you have to go to Dick's to get it. Mystery Tackle Box Shop Carls don't sell it on their sites. I'm sure you're going to see companies out there that might grab up a few and sell them at an inflated price. But I knew about this coming out, and so I took it upon myself back in November, the 12th of November, in fact, to pre-order this crate, or a crate. So I placed the order. It was confirmed. I got a tracking number, as you always do instantaneously, which is one of the more annoying things. But the tracking number that I was given, or I should say the order number that you're supposed to track with the shipper, being FedEx, UPS, what have you, is always this like temporary number that says, as soon as the shipper gets the package, you will then get, updates. So that was the 12th of November. On the 27th of November was the expected delivery date. So, a matter of 14 days, or 15 days, was time of order to time of delivery. On the 26th, the day before I was supposed to be delivered the crate, I got a message in my emails that said that my package was delayed. So I'm like, all right, yeah. I can understand. It's the holidays. It's Thanksgiving. November the 25th just happened. It's not going to come the day after, or the 26th, 27th, whatever. Okay, so maybe I'll get it in December, because the whole point of this was to give this away in its entirety to one of you as my Christmas giveaway for this past year. Obviously, that didn't happen. And one of the reasons why I put up, full disclosure, why I put up that option in the community tabs for all of you to decide, because I was so distraught that this had not arrived in November, and it did not arrive in December. And to the whys that happened. But I figured, look, I got no time. It's already, the Christmas was around the cusp, and I put up on the community tab an option. Did you want just a gift card? I would have given you $200 gift card or something like that, or like I did with /Gills over there in Juggalo Fishing Posse. Like I mentioned, I gave away the 3-month subscription of MTB. I could have done that as like a year's subscription, or 3-month or 6-month free of the MTB to one of you as a Christmas giveaway, or some other option. But thankfully, and from my heart appreciative, you all decided you didn't want anything. And at the time, this $213 was tied up because they had taken the money. It had not shown. So from the 12th to the 27th, I was expecting it. On the 26th, I was told it was delayed. Multiple attempts to get in contact failed until the 24th of December. So now, like, I've got no options because tomorrow's the 25th. Today's the 24th. I finally get in touch. They tell me the order was never picked up from wherever. Their statements to me was that it was never picked up from a store to be delivered to me. My theory was they had this warehoused at a Dick's warehouse, and they'd ship from warehouse to those who ordered it online. And then, of course, they'd have options for people to go to their brick and mortar stores and pick it up in store. But that wasn't the case. So FedEx or UPS or whoever the shipper was did not pick it up from the store to deliver it to my home. So because of that, I was SOL. On the 24th, I got a reship. So the lady in customer service reordered it for me. The next day, on the 25th, I got a message in the email. Your reship order has been canceled. So I got back in contact with them again and again and again. By this time, it was the 27th of December when I finally got through, because when I had originally called multiple times in between these efforts to call, I would get these blanket memos asking, like, congratulating me on winning a $100 Walmart gift card using Dick's Sporting Goods customer service phone number, the 866 number. I would get, or 877 number. I would get these prompts saying that I won a gift card, and the only options I'd have was like press 1 to accept or nothing. I did nothing. And then it would say press any number to accept your gift card, and I did nothing. And then it would just disconnect me. And so I have to recall again and call again and call again. And then, of course, real life and work and my wife's second job at night, taking her to and from, it placed a burden on trying to, during business hours to get in contact with them. All that said, now it's the 28th of December. I get in contact with them, and 27th, and a lady in customer service named 𝕮𝖎 actually was very helpful. She looked into it. Evidently, their know-how was, it's a long one, Josh. Their know-how was that they were out of stock, didn't have any. So the item that I pre-ordered prior to it going live for the public, I never got, and they evidently gave away, and they didn't have any for me. So I got a fair bit irate. And I will say this bluntly, I did not hold back on chewing the ass out of these customer service agents. So I looked into legal ramifications for this because, again, as a pre-order item, contract as it states, you are guaranteed the item at a certain price, which is typically lower than their retail sale would be once it goes live. Hey, Frank. Yeah, sounds like Dick's never communicated with the shippers. That's true, and it's vice versa. The shippers also didn't communicate with Dick's. Or more to the point, regardless of the communication lack between the shipper and Dick's knew it wasn't picked up. They never communicated with me, the customer, that it had not been picked up. They never stated, there is an issue, contact us at such, and we can figure out what's going on here. And then they could have then backtracked it to whatever storefront was supposed to be shipping it from. And then it would have gotten taken care of well back in November or early December. So 𝕮𝖎, back on track, 𝕮𝖎 was very kind. As I basically I laid out all these moments using the invoice numbers, the shipping numbers, the order numbers, the time frames. I'm very astute at keeping, a written note of everything that went along. As you can see up here, this is just some of the dates. You have the 12th, December, the 24th, 27th, January 4th, January 7th. All these I just kept as the major moments, and in between different call times and et cetera and messages, I kept on a written record. But I brought all these timestamps up and explained to her, look, I ordered it for this. I ordered it pre-order. This is ridiculous. So 𝕮𝖎 then went back, found that they were out of stock on their side of what they thought they were out of stock. She looked deeper into their entire, hey buddy, what's up? What's up, Bass Boxing Outdoors? So they looked into it and they found, no, they have 13 or 14 of these still out there. Okay. Now, I came clean with them and I said, I have a YouTube channel. It's not a huge YouTube channel. I'm not an influencer. I can't stand influencers. I love YouTube channels out there. I love Josh fishing the mitten. I love realistic fishing. I love watching bass boxing and his painting and his lure reviews. I do these little lure reviews not because I have some great talent. Obviously, I haven't been out on the water showing a lot of actual fish catches. All that said, things like, I love 𝕮𝖊𝖊𝖓𝖙, which used to be the cameraman for, from one of the Guggens group. Although there's a separation with how I want to do this and how they do it. They're in it for the profit motive and the selling items, selling niche market stuff. They're in it to be influencers, like the TikTok celebs and all that crap. And that's not me. But I explained to them I have a YouTube channel. I do these reviews on different things. I've touted Dick's many times before because I have a Dick's Club membership, and there's the ability for me to save money and share with you how to save money, like I did with those Black Maxes when they came on sale on the circular, and I used my $10 off discounts and the mail-in rebates to basically buy 2 rod reel combos and literally pay full price retail for one and get the other one for what would account to, I think it was like $20, $15, $20. So something you can pay your $54 for the one combo, get the other one if you use all the discounts in conjunction to lower the price on the secondary to something like $20. That's one as a bait caster for you, and a $20 rod and reel that's a good mid-market starter rod reel combo that you can give to your child. So if he breaks it or she breaks it, no big deal. It's a $20 combo. So it's a good way to, Lojo. So it's a good way to, AOAY, he was Lojo's camera guy. Thanks, Bass Boxing. So anyway, our Dick sucks so bad here, and they made pretty mad a few years back and stopped shipping. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't like shopping online particularly. I am very much a brick and mortar store person. I like to shop legitimate stores and see what I'm getting, touch it, see what quality the merchandise is. I've had in the past, I bought a cell phone online back in the age when, when Amazon and eBay particularly was new. And I went on eBay and I bought this from a so-called dealer, reputable online store, and I got screwed out of $1,000. So I bought a $1,000 phone. I never saw it. And I sent that via a certified bank cashier's check at the time, back in the 90s, thinking that it would secure that the funds were there. There was no chance of being ripped off. And I thought at the time that if the check wasn't cashed and something went wrong, I could go back to my bank and get it refunded. That's not necessarily true, because at the time, what I found out was without both parts of that cashier's check, that certified bank teller check, without both parts, you cannot get your money refunded. So this person took the check, did not cash it, kept it. He had his half. I had just the receipt half. And so without that uncashed check, I could not get refunded my money. So it literally gone in the ether, $1,000, poof. And I'm an arrogant SOB. So I turned right around and got another phone. This time I went to a company in Welltronics, Welsh company, and got the phone directly from them. Side story. So I'm very apprehensive. As I stated in a previous video, I use a credit card that is safe, secure, separate from my bank account so that I can't get ripped off from these kinds of things. eBay's a lot better now. Yes, I know. I know. A lot of people have never had problems with eBay or Amazon. I went to purchase this past year 2 batteries for the John boat. I was going to do one for the electric motor, trolling motor, and then I was going to use one just for electronics and to keep as a backup because it's a 12-volt system, so it's no big deal. And I wanted to go with, those super lightweight batteries rather than, a glass mat or a regular, deep cycle battery. So I found them online, real cheap, $700 for the pair. Really good, they're all chintzy, sub-market brands, but it was quality. And I watched a YouTuber who does reviews on these batteries, and he, the Chins brand, I think it was Chins, was really good. So he showed it has a good BMS. It doesn't have the cold disconnect for charging in sub-zero weather, but I would bring them in during the winter anyway. And up northeast here, it's not like Canada or the far north of New York where it actually gets really sub-zero. For whatever reason, they never showed up. They paused my account because I've only used it a handful of times. And evidently they thought there was something unscrupulous about me ordering $700 worth of stuff out of the blue. So that never happened. But let's get back on track because I don't want to make this be like a 45-minute video. So anyway, Gisette ordered, reordered again out of the 13 plus or minus they knew they had in stock. She gave me a $10 off coupon. Oh, nice. Nice. There you go, Josh. So I got a $10 off coupon for my next purchase, which is kind of half-hearted because you're going to have to go back to the very store that you might have an issue with. It's an in-store credit. It's not like I can just take $10 and go to a competitor. She put this up to what they call their MSO something team, internal team, and said that I would get contacted within 24 to 48 hours from them. Yeah, definitely be working on a boat. But so they said they're sending us up to this internal team, and they were going to hash out what went wrong and work on acquiring and shipping to me one of the boxes. 48 hours go by. Now it's on to the third day. I get in contact again. I meet with a new incident lady. And remember, these are all call centers. So as soon as they answer the phone, I shut them down with the textbook script that they read. We understand your concern. We understand you're upset. We sympathize with blah, blah, blah. And they go through this script. And every time you talk to them, it's the same 5 lines over. I said, no, I don't want to deal with this. This is what we're supposed to get, 24 to 40 hours, blah, blah, blah. You didn't talk to me. I'm calling back. I went through the entire critique of timeline again. So Ara was this girl's name. And she then stopped the conversation and hightailed it directly to one of her internal team supervisors. And they figured out that, again, it never got bumped up to this MO whatever team. They took it upon themselves to give me a new reference number, an internal team's direct number for the issue. And finally, on the 7th, after calling again, after the 24 and 48 hour BS, I'm talking to top tier level customer service agents, not just your standard call center here, there, and everywhere. So now from the 12th of November till the 7th of this month, I did not have my pre-order. So finally, with the thanks of Gisette, Ara, and Alyssa, which is the final person I talked to, with the Eternal team, they finally squared it away. They had refunded me the money back with Gisette. So the $213 was refunded back to me. That was on, I want to say December the 27th, 28th. And then they pushed to finally get me this box. So, full disclosure, $200, $199.99 retail value, I got not for free. And I say that because from the 12th until the 27th of December, they had my money in their account with millions and millions of other dollars gaining interest, which covers the $200 lousy dollars that costs for this box. I did not get any of that interest, as we all know, and that's just being a spiteful SOB, but you know how that feels. Regardless, I got the box for free. In the interim, when I wanted to give this away as a Christmas present, I also selfishly, in this space on YouTube, wanted to be one of the first to reveal it. I was bouncing back in my head whether to open it on video. If y'all want me to, I certainly will. I don't know if any of you have seen the several unboxings for this out there. I'm kind of inquisitive about what's in this specific crate. Not that I haven't seen what's in them out there, because I've seen 4 other YouTubers that have gotten these, either by going to their store and picking it up, or one that actually had it delivered, and they've exposed it. Now, it's supposed to have 32 to 40 items. They're all lures. I do think one got a neck buff, if I do recall. But typically they're all lures. They're supposed to be, and this is a real kick in the balls, they're supposed to be a limited edition sticker, a decal, specific to these. I've got off screen over here on the wall a pegboard loaded with all the decals I get from my MTBs over the last several years. The decals, every single one of the 4 that I've seen unboxed, are identical decals to all the ones we get in our normal yearly boxes. So there's no great fanfare there. I would have thought they would have had something unique to this. I purchased a car way back in 2002, brand new Mercury Grand Marquis style car, Mercury or Ford Crown Vic car. It was a limited production. They only ran it from 2002 to 2006. 2006. It was called a Mercury Marauder. So it's basically a Crown Vic with a Mustang engine into it. At the time, my 02 was faster than a Z06 Corvette of the same year. It was just a leather interior. You got a couple of custom things. You got some luggage. You got a custom jacket, which I still have, all leather with the Mercury emblem on it. But these were things that, unique to owning that particular car. And I thought that was going to be the same thing here, unique to owning this particular limited production run mystery tackle box. And I thought maybe MTB with Dick's would put out some sort of Dick's logo, MTB logo decal. No, it's just the same decals, which is kind of disheartening, especially when they market it. Again, marketing, which is the other reason I do these videos, is to try to prevent you guys from getting sucked in to the BS. But as marketing goes, it's just a regular decal. And Lord knows I got enough of them over the years. Also, the lures in here, although there are highs and lows, they, from what I've witnessed, are the same lures that I've gotten over the last several years. So it's just off the shelf. Basically, what I want you to know, that you don't go out there tomorrow and pick this up, is if you are an MTB monthly consumer, or if you go out to Dick's or any of this, or Walmart or wherever, and get the MTB retail reds, you don't need to waste $200, theoretically, for 40 baits, maybe, mostly 30-ish. You could just go out and get these smaller boxes cheaper, and over the time, get the same exact lures that you'll find in here. What this equates to, in my opinion, is 1 year of MTB, mailers. That's it. Okay, sometimes you get 6 baits, sometimes you get 8 baits or 9 baits, but all in all, 40 baits over a 12-month period, that's basically what you're getting in one carton. So I just wanted to come clean, and the reason for this live originally was just to explain. Yeah, they look good. They are good. Bass Boxing says he's seen a few. They are good. The baits are quality. You get some stuff from 13 Fishing. You get some more baits from Strike Pro, Strike King. You get a lot of Carl's, MTB, Carl's Stash baits, the in-house brands. You get some of those electronic reverbs from Norman lures and stuff like that. So there are high quality, high price ticket lures in there as well. And on average, when I've done them, I've looked over and counted all the items and looked back and tried to research. They all do equate to the $265 rough value that you're supposed to see in the box. rather, so they do show the value for the purchase. So you pay $200, it's supposed to have $250 worth of accrued retail value, and it is there. They don't cheat you on that. So all that said, like I said, I wanted to become clear. This box ended up being free for me in the long run. I'm apologizing from my own point of view on behalf of everything that occurred as to why I didn't have such a grand Christmas giveaway. As I said, I also got from Fish Vault without ordering, which is kind of funny. Like as much mind-numbing rage that I've gone through over this issue, I've been very lucky, surprisingly, in the past year with Fish Vault sending me the box and the free rod without ordering them for whatever reason. This ending up in the long haul being a bonus to me, not having to pay for it. But like I said, I'm just upset that it wasn't a bonus to you as well. The rod, I will get a reel for. That will be part of my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I will give away a bunch of stuff from the previous Fish Vaults, certainly from MTBs over the time that have happened. I'm certainly going to give away gift cards and stuff like that coming up. And I hope you all appreciate that or can use it. Why not open? I haven't seen an unboxing yet. Yeah, well, Abrupt, I was saying that. I said, if you guys really want to see it unboxed, I don't mind doing that. Here's another side. Of all the unboxings, the 4 that I've seen, every one of those zip ties are black. Mine, as you see, is white. So I don't know why. Maybe this was a in-store return, and then they picked it up. This came out of New York after all of that fiasco. The original one that was slated back on the 12th of November was 19 hours away from me, just a couple states west. And this one, yeah, at least in the end, it was free. That is true. Oh, and true transparency. So, as I said, the money was refunded. I was given a $10 in-store credit. They put several hundred points onto my Dick's Sporting Goods account that has gotten me a $20 credit. You get your $20 coupons in the mail, which I'm waiting on. And there is the possibility, as it stands today, that I could get a $50 to $100 gift card from customer service to me. So they gave me a CS customer service $10, I don't know, in-store credit that when I go to the store, I just tell them the CS whatever number, blah, 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 and they'll punch it into the computer and I'll get $10 off my order, whatever I order. I am getting a $20 credit onto my actual card, like you normally do when you go to Dick's and buy anything. They get you the points, and then you get $10 off every 300 points. So they added enough that the original $10 off I had, they gave me an extra 10 on that. So that's $30 there. And there's the potential throughout this whole fiasco, because of the legality and what they were putting themselves into an actionable position on this. CS started with a $50, and I got a half positive, half kind of opaque sort of statement that they might bump that up to $100. So there's a possibility that I'll get a gift card in the mail for $100 to Dick's. If that goes, what I'm probably going to do is get another Shimano Curado DC reel, and I might use the $100 to drop that because it's an older reel. I think they're around $250 now. That may or may not, haven't decided yet. It may be a gift to me for all this aggravation, or it may be a gift to one of you as one of my giveaways. I might use the $100 to drop that price down to $150 and hand the Curado DC over to one of you lucky guys out there as alcoholics. I haven't decided yet. It's a possibility. So I open to any questions you have to me, and I will give you the option. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'll give you the option, because there was a possibility that I just keep this thing, never open it, use it as a collectible, so that 40 some odd years down the road, when everybody else who's opened theirs and destroyed them and what have you, aside from any battery powered lures that might be in there that might leak and no longer work in 40, 50 years, that I would have this as a one of a kind collectible, or a limited collectible that most people would have long since destroyed, sort of like the flying lure that some guys out there have and such. But I'll leave it Yeah, maybe it's full of rocks. So I'll leave it to you. So if you want me to unbox this, to pop those zip ties, crack it open, I will do. Or if you want me to simply unbox the Elite for this month of January, I will do that. So you type in the comments below, and the number that wins will go. So we'll put reserve for the crate or Elite for January's box. So if you want me to unbox the Elite, put in Elite. If you want me to unbox the reserve, say reserve, and then I'll crack into it. It shouldn't take more than 10 or 15 minutes to go through that. I'm not going to do a whole long spiel on each bait like I typically do. So I'm not here to waste too much time. And anything else that you have a question for, hang it from the ceiling like a disco ball. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm not angry. I don't get angry. I'm one of those few people, if I'm screaming at you at the top of my lungs and my eyes are blood red and the demon's coming out of me, I'm 100% in control of my feelings. If I just stop, say nothing, and just stare at you, run away. Because I'm either going to choke you out or there's going to be 2 people going to the hospital. All right, so we got 1 for reserve. I think do what you want. Well, I didn't spend the money bass boxing because, like I said, I got it back for free. It doesn't bother me either way. I intended to give it away. It's more along the tunes of if I did give it away, I want people to understand that it was unboxed here. I'm not going to open up any of the lures from the internal packages because if I do decide to give it away in the end, I mean, it wouldn't be anytime soon, but I'd want you to have, again, as new products as possible. So they'd have to be, revert back to this that, hey, he opened it on live, but I'll ship it back to you in full. And I'll re-tie, the case back together again. Yeah, exactly. I'd zip tie it back up, James. I wouldn't, I'd box it back up and I'd ship it to whoever wins it in the future, if that's the case, or, what have you. But I'd have a record that it was open. So it's no longer in box on eBay in 45 years for $500 as unused, untouched, blah, blah, blah. I know. I hear you. So two for reserve, 0 for Elite. We'll do this for another 5 minutes. By 2:40, figure this out. So 2-0. Any other questions while I'm here sipping coffee? Coffee, cocktails, and conversation. That's what I call this. So if I ever do a live, grab yourself a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, whatever you want to vibe upon, and we'll chat and relax. There you go. Now there's an option. I can go to a store and get a bunch of budget bargain clearance baits. Like go to Walmart, pick nothing but the dollar bin, put them all in there, and send it back to them, and keep all the expensive stuff that came. No, I wouldn't do that. I'm not an unscrupulous character. That is true. And believe me, there's many people who go to stores, as you say, that go in, open something out, return it, and put it back. Happy New Year! Hey, what's up? No Redemption. Happy New Year to you too. Happy Grandpa No Redemption. I keep tabs on you. So I know you just got here, but I just went over the whole timeline of how long it took me to get the MTB Dick's collaboration reserve crate that I don't know, you may or may not have seen a few reviewers online expose. And I was giving everybody the option if they wanted me to open this up here live and go through the baits in the next 15 or 20 minutes, just type in the word reserve. Or if they want me to open up the Elite for January, just type in the word Elite. The option, if they don't go for that, I'll open this and then I'll do a video and release the video later for my MTB under the regular, thumbnails and everything. The Ark of the Covenant. I don't know. I think that thing would have arrived on time if it was divine. I don't think I would have. Although maybe he was testing me. Maybe he was testing me. You never know. So I've got Fish in the Mitten. I've got James, and I've got Bass Boxing going for opening the reserve. So 2 more minutes. I said by 2:40. So if it comes to that, I might just scooch you back a little bit, and I'll get the old crate out here and I'll set it up and we can go through the baits. I'll have to turn my thing sideways. Yeah, okay. Well, then it's 4-0, and I got 6 people in here watching. One of them is my wife upstairs, I'm sure, on her phone. So I guess that's what it's going to be. So we'll get my knife from my last fish vault, my free knife, free crate. Hopefully I won't free blood from my hand. It's not a large box, by any stretch of the imagination. I want to say it's, maybe 10 inches by 10 inches cube. This wasn't exactly one of the nicer ones. The ones I've seen online were a fair bit cleaner, less kind of, this one has a rough cut end board here where most of them were nice and clean, 90s on the bottoms. This one has a big knot where it's supposed to say tackle. So it is kind of a rough box. And that's not to say that I'm not going to search out at my local Dick's when I get a chance to see whether or not I can find one of these in store. Because I might just, since I got this one for free, I might just put out the $200 in store, especially when they probably come down in price from $199 to what have you. There's the $199 sticker from the store itself. And I might grab one when they're down to like $150, $129.99. You never know. I'm sure these will eventually come down. Also, this lid is not the same size as the opening. When most of them that I've seen, they were perfectly square. This one's a little bit off, but that's just me being nitpicky. All right, so no redemption outdoors. Got to go with reserve. Well, there's no turning back now. It's open. It's broken. The seal has been broken. So let's get to the serrated edges. Put that there. So as I was saying, most of those that were revealed had black zip ties. This one, for whatever reason, has white zip ties. So we'll set this guy right back there. There you go. Hold on 1 second. Let's make this a little bit easier. Set that there, and I can put this on it. First peek's inside. It is still taped up, but it's a return. So I'm going to be dead honest that I'm not entirely upset for opening this. I'm going to try to get the camera in there. That is Scotch tape over top of the packing tape. So this is absolutely 100% a return, refund, what have you box. There's also the literature. I'm going to pull this out straight. Set this aside. And the literature is also slipping out of the edge. So, as you can see. So, in all of that headache, I didn't even technically get a brand new crate. So, it took them that long to figure out their screw up, and then they kind of did this. So I know already, just from the literature, which version of this crate, it is bullshit. Believe me, it was something that I actually, in the back of my mind, I figured by the white zip ties right off the bat, it blew up the big red flag. Every other one came from the factory with a black zip tie. Why does this one have white zip ties? I figured as much. But I have it live. I'll save this, and certainly it's something that I can send the link for the TPY link and say, hey, you're just full of shit. I already know pretty much which version this is going to be because one of the literatures in here is the 𝕮𝖆𝖆𝖊𝖓 revolver. Some of these they all have 𝕮𝖆𝖆𝑆𝐺 Squad stuff in them. Some of them have the revolver as one of their tokens. Some of them had the buzzbait as one of their tokens, or the spinnerbait. Excuse me, the spinnerbait. This one also has the Yoda worm, which is good, as part of their sales literature. If you'd like, I'm going to do this really nice. That's the QR code. So if you scan that with Google Lens, pause the video so my shaky hands are less obvious. Scan that with your Google Lens. I did this on one of the other videos that was reviewed. It will give you a critique of the items that are supposed to be in here. I will go back after this live and certainly scan this and count and credit every single item to make sure that regardless of it being a return, that the items are all there in quantity. So if I was supposed to get 36, I got 36, not 34. I don't know why I'm even wasting time with this. And so let us see. The dibble's also right on top, which is supposed to be inside the box, buried in all this stuff. So we'll set this to one side. And again, like I say, it's just a small cardboard box full of items. So I'm going to put the box here on the stool. I'm going to take out a bait, give it a show right off the top. Again, the 𝕮𝖆𝖆𝖊𝖓 revolver. This is the 4.5-inch half-ounce topwater revolver. I like Whopper Ploppers better. I'm not a big fan of the revolver. I understand they just did that with Scott Martin, helped design this in order to make it different so they wouldn't break any patents. It is what it is. Live target, the soft bait fish swim bait. It's 3 3/4 inches, 3/8 ounce. So this is the Shiner. It's a soft jelly plastic pre-rigged little swim bait. They're pretty cool. Again, not a huge fan of those. Okay, here's something I do like. I saw in another video. I'm happy to see it here. This is the Boyd Duckett series 4-inch swim baits. I like them because they are clear with this little chartreusey dot. It's also cool if they had like a red gill line in there. But they're pretty cool. Little paddle tails. That's not bad. 4 inches. Good for cold water. Good for now. True. We've got from 13 Fishing. I was hoping to get the Jabberjaw. A lot of them have the Jabberjaw. This one here is the Cliffbanger. This is their Cliffbanger 60. What's the depth on the 60? Rain is fading. Oh, here we go. It goes. Oh, my battery's running low. I'm gonna have to make this quick. This 1/2 inch, and it's 2 3/8 long. It's in the Fire Tiger color. So I'm going to go through this real fast because my battery's low and the charger's way upstairs. We've got Exo Sticks, Exo from Biospawn. I like those rigged worms. Good water displacement. Great for wacky rigging. We've got from Strike Pro, we've got a jerk bait. It's got that heart cup bill that gives it a really kind of swooshy wobble. This one goes 6 to 9 feet. Pretty cool, and that chartreuse and blue. Nice. We've got, another live target. This is that bait ball-esque sort of pseudo Alabama rig. Not a big fan of these. 13 Fishing is the fire. Yep. I do like the bait balls because I'm like a single bait kind of person. I have Alabama rigs. I don't really fish them that often because they get hung up on everything. Grass, weeds, rocks, and wood. These might help because they're a lot more tight, small profile. I know some of you have good luck. Here's a 4-inch from Gambler Lures, little flapping shads, soft plastics. I don't know what that came off. That probably came off the headbanger. 𝕮𝖆𝖆𝖊𝖓 Squad's the Bluegill 4/0 in their jig, 1/4 ounce. Oh, here we go. From the Creek Crawl. So from Weston Lures. There was a lot of Weston baits in a lot of these as well. So we got the Weston Lures Creek Crawl. This one is the 3 3/8. It's a 5 count, and it's anisette smell in the June bug color. June bug's always good. Oh, we do get a Jabberjaw. All right, so we do get a 13 Fishing's Jabberjaw. This one in the chartreuse pearlish kind of color. I like that. That's good bait. There is, again, those Yoda worms we saw in the preview. The Yoda worms in the nice shad minnow bluegill kind of color. That's always good. We've got from Carl's the runt. So Carl's amazing baits, the runt. We've had this a bunch of times. Again, Yoda worm, Guggen Squad, the runt, the Cliffbanger, all of these straight from MTB regular monthly boxes. We've got the Stretch X, which is the Sakoshi bug from 10X, 10,000 Fish. This is their stretchy material that doesn't break, just like what else we got? We got a topwater frog.